Stock market explained. Understanding the stock market. All right, guys, you're welcome to my video. And in today's video, I'll be talking about the stock market. Things you need to know about the stock market, things you need to know about shares, things you need to know about stock exchange, and things you need to know about IPO. So if the stock market is something that you like to pay attention to, please don't miss out on this video. You're going to love it. Now, what does the word stock mean? Stock simply means ownership of a company, where you can buy shares in the company and own 50% of that company, 20%, 10%, all depending on the amount you choose to buy. Let's say 100% of MTN stock is available for exchange. You being able to own 50% of MTN shares makes you a beneficiary of the MTN company, which means you own 50% of MTN. Now let's talk about shares. Share simply means a single unit of ownership in a particular company. Now, in this example, if there are 10 shares of MTN stock, like there are 10 shares in the MTN stock market, and you happen to own 5 of those shares, it simply means that you own 50% of the company. Now, don't misunderstand the difference between stock and shares, because they are used interchangeably, but they have a slight difference between the two. Now, stock can be seen as, for example, the general term money, whereas the word dollar is the currency. All right, it's like shares. Stock is like the umbrella, whereas shares are like what's in it, what is inside the umbrella. Okay, it's like when you say unit of something and the whole of something. All right, so that's simply the difference between stock and shares. So don't mistake it whenever somebody tells you that they are not exactly the same. Okay, now the next one we have is stock exchange. What you need to understand about stock exchange is that stock exchange is simply exchanges like NYSE, that's a New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, which is also a stock exchange in the US, that you can buy and sell stock. That's simply what it means. Okay, now NYSE and NASDAQ are known as international stock exchange, whereas if you come to the local places like our country, like Nigeria, we have the NGX, which is the Nigerian Stock Exchange Group. Okay, so don't misunderstand it. We have international stocks and we have local stocks. Now, the next question you might be having in your mind is that, okay, after doing all of this, why do people issue stock? Well, the reason why companies or businesses issue stock is because of to raise capital. Take, for example, a company might decide to start up a business, right? And in the essence of starting up a business, they have 2 ways they can basically get funding. Number one, they can get it from the bank, which we all do. But sometimes companies refuse to go to the bank because of interest that they might incur in the process. So they choose to go another route. They'll be like, instead of going to the bank, why not I choose to make a public announcement that, see, I have a company that I want to launch out there, but I need investors. Remember, they need what? Investors to join in and participate in the shares. You see how the word comes in? Shares of that company. So at that point, when you buy share from the company, automatically you become a shareholder of that company. So that's how the word came about. So if you are hearing people that they call shareholder, that is where the word came about. So the next question on your mind will be that, how does shares really work? Like, how does it really work? How do people go about getting shares? Okay, let's start with a little story so you get the understanding. Now, let's say John, somebody named John, wants to start up a business. Let's say the business is an oil refinery business, just like Dangote. Okay, this person wants to start an oil refinery business, and this business cost a total of 100k to begin. 100k to begin. Okay, and this person only has what? 50k. All right, so this person does not want to go to the bank to get a loan, so he decides that, okay, instead I go to the bank, let me look for potential investors that will give me what? 50k, that will balance the 100k that I need to start the business. Now the person goes out, look for investors, and luckily somebody hears about it. Let's say the name of that person is Jack, and Jack seems to be interested in the business and decides that, okay, since this person is looking for 50K, let me bring out 10K out of my money and add to that business. Automatically, that person has 10K in that business. All right, so other investors comes in to join Jack, and they also added their own money. Now remember, he is actually looking for what, 5 potential investors. All right, now so these 5 potential investors came to make it 100K. Now at that point, that business can begin. All right, that is, the company has enough funding to fund the oil business. So when the oil business starts, let's say the business grows, right, those other 5 investors that added their 10K each becomes beneficiary of whatever comes in from the business. So there are certain things you need to understand on the aspect of the stock market and shares in general. After doing all of this, 2 things are involved. If the company succeeds, of course, those investors that invested in the business will definitely grow with the business. But if the company fails, well, it's the same thing. Vice versa, they will also have to make losses. All right. So these are the things you need to understand. The unit of shares you buy determines the growth strength of your finances. So that brings us to what we call IPO. Now, IPO are known as initial public offering. Now, since the company is doing well, let's say the company is doing well, the company might now decide that, okay, at this point in time, we want to go public. Like, we don't just want to be the only ones enjoying this benefit, these shares. So what we need to do is we need to go to what? Stock exchanges. Let's say we can go to the New York Stock Exchange, that's for international traders, or the NASDAQ, or for local traders like here in Nigeria, we can make use of the NGX. Now, what they do is that they can register and get listed on those exchanges. Now, as a Nigerian citizen that is interested in the oil company or oil refinery business, you might now decide that, oh, since this company is about to go public, let me also participate in the share. Rather than being a user, you can be actively participating as a shareholder. Okay, a fraction of the shares will now be made public, which other people can also buy. So the time it gets listed, of course, people will sell. The investors that started the business, they will definitely sell. You have also made profit. You can also sell on your stock, or you can wait after the IPO listing. When everything has cooled down, you can now choose to purchase your stock at the level of where you want to purchase, that you feel that it is good within your mind to do so. Okay, so I'm just trying to make this video short. Actually, learning and teaching about stocks is a very long topic, but I'm trying to make it as brief as I can. So which of the stocks are you buying? That's my question to you right now. Are you really buying stocks, or you are just waiting for others to buy so you see how it goes before you start getting stocks? But please take note, a lot of people have made a lot of money from stock or from the stock market. Aliko Dangote has listed so many stocks in the stock market, and people have bought shares from that stock market, right? He has made things like Dangote Cement, Dangote Sugar. In fact, he has done a lot of things. The new refinery that is coming towards the period of August, September, or thereabout is also coming. So are you going to be partaking in that stock as well, or you just want to wait, thinking that all these things are just a big bubble? Okay, so I would like to know your thoughts in the comment section. If you are really interested in the stock market, kindly follow my channel, kindly subscribe, kindly share this video, like, tell people about the stock market so they will also get an understanding of what it's really going on in the stock market. I'm going to make a part 2 of this video. All right, so you get to learn more about the stock market. All right, so see you on my next video. Peace.